you how easy it is to do magic. Very easy. All you have to do is you take your magic wand like this, and your magical fingers. Concentrate. Ah, you see, they cling. I don't know how this works. I knew there was a trick.
It's very likely that Robert Rodriguez is the greatest magician you have never heard of. He was not as famous as David Copperfield, for example, but Robert was largely responsible for getting Copperfield his star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. Robert was a magician's magician. He spent nearly all of his 80 years delighting audiences as far away as Japan and Morocco and as nearby as La Puente and Hollywood's iconic Magic Castle.
He used to do the card duck. And I'm like, he's not bringing out the card duck. And every time he would do it, the pattern was always the same, but it was always unique to that particular time because that's how Robert did everything.
Right. Ready? Yes, there you go. One card. Oh. Is that somebody's card? Mine. Is that your card? Oh, very good. Now what's going to happen? I'm going to make it vanish. And you will not see when it goes into my sleeve. Up, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hillary is now ready for the other card. Are you ready? Yes. What? Oh, just have to take my finger out of there.
I mean, he would approach anyone and start cracking jokes. And you knew once he cracked that first joke and everyone laughed, he could have done absolutely no magic in that whole show, but everyone loved him.
Robert performed on stage. Off stage, he taught the art of magic. And Robert was something of a Pied Piper who inspired hundreds, if not thousands, of people to follow in his footsteps.
The first time that I saw him do a simple move with a thimble, I thought it was the most amazing thing I ever saw. He took it off like that, vanished it, and brought it back. I thought that was amazing.
Robert taught me how to handle a deck of playing cards, doing something like that, or something like that, or even something like that, yeah, or like that.
Robert discovered magic in his hometown, Freeport, Texas, when he was about 10 years old. He joined the Navy during the Korean War, and for the next 21 years, when he wasn't defending democracy, he was doing magic shows on and off military bases around the world.
Robert had battled leukemia several times. 4 times?
Well, the priest gave him his last rites twice. And he lived 14 years past that.
The videos we've shown you up to now were from performances between 2008 and 2011 when Robert was very ill.
It doesn't do anything. It just prevents you from falling down.
But as you can see, he believed that the show must go on with the assistance and support of his sister Alice.
Yes, I had to be watching him and holding him sometimes. Yeah, it was painful, but he would still do it. He would still do his magic. He loved it. Yeah, I love it too.
This is Robert in 1991, healthy and vigorous, with a passion for performing that filled nearly every square inch of the stage. We saved this video for now so that instead of mourning the first anniversary of his death a year ago this past Wednesday, we can instead celebrate his magic.
Wait, how's he go? He goes, you must always practice.
Always practice. Always practice. And when you feel like you've practiced enough, practice some more. That's what he would say.
Times that are most difficult for people, he could bring a smile to someone's face. And to me, that's the magic that he brings.
Yeah, Robert was a gentleman. Robert was a gentleman, and he never asked for anything. If you wanted to learn a trick, he showed you.
He started me off in magic. I met him when I was about 12 years old. He showed me a small routine of magic. I joined the Magic Castle at 12 years old, one of the youngest ever junior magicians at the Magic Castle.
the linking ring routine that Robert did was beautifully choreographed to exquisite music, I thought.
Yeah, he was the master of the rings.
I have to say, not just the favorite of himself, but actually, believe it or not, one of the favorite of the lay audiences that saw him perform, and he was extremely talented in that.
What we cannot show you through these videos are the hours Robert devoted to charitable and community work, not to mention the craft of magic, by constantly giving more of himself than anyone could ever have kept track of over all these years. And in the same way that he could make just about anything appear and disappear, there's always the feeling that whenever someone mentions his name, Robert himself is not far away.
There was such a sense of peace that Robert brought to everything, and I guess if there's one thing I can carry on before I meet him again, it'll be to carry that peace that Robert brought to everything with me.
Ichi, ni, san, ho.
There are some postscripts to this story. The first one, it's in Hollywood at the Magic Castle. There's going to be a tribute to Robert during Veterans Week. That'll be beginning November 5th. David Zerbel will be headlining that. For additional information, go to www.magiccastle.com. Then, across town, in Uptown Whittier, there is the Whittier Museum, one of the most undiscovered and yet fascinating places. There is an exhibit going on right now. That's where we interviewed James and Jonathan. That's called Behind Smoke and Mirrors, the history of magic and illusion. You can go there, you can see props and devices that magicians going all the way back to Harry Houdini and beyond have used. You get a close-up, fascinating look. That's www.whittiermuseum.net. One last item, October 25th, Thursday, it's the beginning of National Magicians Week. Go see a magic show, or if you know a magician, take him or her out to lunch. When we come back, we're going to show you those beautiful passenger train in the world.